rank, another suicide, another childhood lost. And somehow we have come to accept this. We often talk about education being a great equalizer, a ladder to opportunities. But today, it feels like the ladder is broken and we are watching the students fall one by one. This isn't just an education system anymore. It's a pressure cooker, a marketplace for marks, and it's quietly becoming one of the biggest mental health crises that we do not talk about. So today, let's pause and look at what's happening behind Indian classrooms, campuses, and coaching centers. Because behind every rank, there's a story. India proudly boasts about having 69 universities listed in the QS World Rankings 2024. And we are second only to China in Asia. But let's be honest, what's behind those numbers? Outdated syllabus, low global research output, faculty shortages. Instead of focusing on innovation, critical thinking, and actual learning, now institutions are chasing rankings. And students? Students are busy memorizing facts for the exams that do not even teach them how to live or how to critically think. It's heartbreaking how divided our education system has become. On one hand, we have underfunded government schools, and on the other, we have expensive private schools and coaching centers, only available to the privileged ones. Even the poor families know that the school that their children go to might not have usable toilet or even teachers. And while 67.5% of India's universities are private, a majority of students still study in public institutions. School isn't enough, there's always coaching. This industry has become a monster of its own. A 58,000 crore behemoth that makes a business out of fear and parental guilt. Kota, India's so-called coaching center, earns over rupees 100 crore a year from coaching fees. Big names like Allen Career Institute makes over 1 crore 20 lakh rupees annually. And edtech giants like Byju's were once valued at rupees 1.8 crore. We call it guidance, but what it actually is a parallel education economy that forces students to study for 12 to 14 hours without break. Only pressure. And this is where it gets truly painful. In 2023 alone, Kota saw 29 suicides, student suicides. That is, 29 young people who believed that giving up on their life or taking their own life was easier than disappointing their families or failing an exam. Nationwide, it's even worse. 13,089 students died by suicide in 2022. That's nearly 35 students every single day. Imagine what it takes for a teenager to give up on life like that. Rajasthan's new reforms and WHO's suicide prevention protocols helped reduce these numbers in 2024. But this pressure is still on, and it's silently crushing thousands more. We say that we are preparing the next generation for a knowledge economy. But how? When we are forcing them to mug up the entire textbook and not teaching them how to question, how to create, how to reason. Most exams still reward memory over meaning. Creativity gets buried under notebooks and mark sheets. This isn't education. This is programming. And when the pressure gets unbearable, corruption thrives. In the few years alone, Bihar TET scam, MP Vyapam scam, BPSC paper leak, entire cheating mafias, proxy candidates, and bribed officials turning exams into a joke. It's not just dishonest. It's an attack on the credibility of our education system. And amidst all this, mental health, it's barely even a conversation. Most schools do not even have a counselor. Outside metros, conversations about mental health are non-existent. India now has the highest suicide rates among youth globally. And yet we still keep piling pressure on students, glorifying 12-hour study routine like it's some badge of honor. While we glamorize toppers and campus placements, over 1.1 lakh government schools operate with just one teacher. 20% don't even have usable toilets. Thousands of teaching posts remains vacant. And we still dream of building a digital India, while students don't even have basic sanitation. How can we talk about AI and global leadership when we haven't even fixed classrooms in our own villages? Ask any student today when was the last time they enjoyed studying something. We have become so obsessed with mark sheets that we have forgotten what education was meant to be. Not ranks, not series, but questions, ideas, and curiosity. We don't need cosmetic fixes, we need a complete overhaul. A curriculum that fosters creativity and not rote. Mental health support in every educational institute. Coaching institutions to be strictly regulated. Teachers empowered with training. And most importantly, a society that stops worshipping marks. Because education isn't about creating robots for exams, but about preparing humans for life. So let's stop chasing marks and start chasing meaning. An education system that drives students to the edge isn't educating, it's eroding. Behind every rank is a story. Behind every student is a soul. And behind every dream is the duty of a nation.